peaches, 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 peaches.
Hello, my Super Mario peeps! It is finally time for us to talk full spoilers for the Super Mario movie. Now that the movie has finally officially released, it's been a couple of days. Some of us have gone out to see it once or twice. I'm thinking about seeing it a third time, not even lying. With all this excitement and hype for the movie finally being here, it's time for us to get into full spoilers, talking about the things we absolutely loved, our favorite Easter eggs, stuff that surprised us, as well as also being honest on the things that didn't work in this movie, things they could improve on that hopefully when they come around for the sequel, because they definitely getting a sequel.
No. Wait.
That maybe there's some things Illumination and Nintendo can work up to make this movie a whole lot better. As well as also talking about the post-credit and end credit scene, teasing what will be happening in the sequel. We'll be breaking that all down here for you guys. I'll be putting timestamps in the description if you want to go ahead and skip around. But it won't just be about my opinion, guys. I want to know from you. Turn that comment section into a full discussion. What were the things you absolutely loved about this movie? What made it joyful for you? And if you're someone who felt indifferent or was like, man, I didn't love this film, I kind of agree with the critics on this one, I'll be also very curious to hear from you. But okay, diving straight into it here, just telling you again where I fell on this movie. I walked away really loving it. Yes, I'm completely aware this isn't like Pixar level storytelling or completely surprised us in terms of character development with like Puss in Boots 2, but I didn't need it to be that. I've loved the Mario video game since I was a kid, so many fond memories of playing them with my siblings and my friends, and even to adulthood I still put on Mario Kart or Mario Party with my loved one and we just have some fun for a few hours. And when sitting down and watching this movie, I thought Illumination and Nintendo had something really special because I couldn't help but to grin almost the entire time watching this film. Admittedly, a lot of the nostalgia and references carried the movie a long way to make me go, oh my god, I understood that. That's so cool that they did that. But the movie is also visually gorgeous. It's like one of the main reasons I want to see it one more time in a theater because I just don't know if I'm going to get that same visual goodness on my home TV. The brother relationship between Mario and Luigi was some of the most beautiful parts of the movie. Jack Black as Bowser wowed me by being able to simp over Peach, look lovey-dovey there, but then flip a switch and go full-on scary monster later on. Still, I did have my gripes and things I hope Illumination and Nintendo improve on for this sequel, but starting from the beginning, before we get to those, the movie opens up with that teaser trailer we first got released for the Mario movie of Bowser's Kingdom coming in and taking over the Ice Kingdom. And this is where early on I do want to credit the Mario movie for its form of humor, because although I mentioned it's definitely like kid humor, I don't mean it in a lowbrow sense that there was toilet humor, farts, jokes, burps, stuff that the mean second grader would find funny. There was like innocent fun humor in here. And so seeing the penguins do very little damage to the Koopa army and go, do you yield?
I do not.
No. Wait.
It gets a nice little chuckle out of you. But as soon as Bowser captures the Power Star, then it takes us to the Mario Brothers in the real world, New York, Brooklyn, where one of my favorite Easter eggs of the movie happens right away. We get to see the Mario Brothers commercial using the high-pitched voices. If they would have just released a teaser trailer of that little sequence, I guarantee you the internet huffluff would have been gone a lot earlier for Chris Pratt. That was a smart little thing to include there, to be like, yeah, these voice actors can do that high-pitched tone, but let's be honest, you want to hear that high pitch, it's me, Mario, all throughout the movie? It'll eventually be like nails to a chalkboard. But the fact they did it and then questioned their voices after the commercial, introducing the little cameo from Charles Martinet, that was so smart right there. He's even in like a classic looking Mario outfit. And I guess on that note, this is where early on a lot of the cool Easter eggs were happening. I could easily go into listing like 70 to 80% of the Easter eggs in here, but I'm just going to be sticking to the ones I found most fun and obscure. Besides, we've talked about a lot of these already in trailer breakdowns when they first showed us footage. But early on, hearing Charles Martinet and go like, oh no, the voices are great. I like that here. He's even playing an arcade game that is basically a recreation of the original Super Mario Donkey Kong game, except they had renamed it Jumpman, which was Mario's original name before they called him Mario. Even the pizzeria they're in is Punch-Out Pizzeria, another reference to a famous Nintendo game with a lot of the characters on the wall, their photos. There was even a photo of the duck from Duck Hunt. This is honestly why I had to see the movie for sure a second time, because I was so distracted by looking at all all the things in the background, so I was kind of not paying attention to the movie. But that does bring us into like Foreman Spike coming in there. I thought that was a decent inclusion into the movie. He didn't have a very large role, which I was kind of happy with. It was just to establish that the Mario Brothers just quit their day job to go and run their own plumbing business, be their own bosses, which just hints a little bit to the character development within these characters. And that line where Luigi's like, yeah, we did get a call from our moms. Sweet, innocent little humor that got me chuckling. Really cool touch, though, that Luigi's ringtone is actually the GameCube startup sound. And that's where I have to mention, I've seen some people mention, oh, too many references, oh, they're really nostalgia baiting you. I guess it's just become very subjective to what people find like good Easter eggs, bad Easter eggs, or too much Easter eggs. In my honest opinion, the way the Mario movie used the Easter eggs was in a natural way. Like, I know I was just saying I was distracted by looking at all the Easter eggs in the background, but that was my personal choice. They weren't like in my face, stopping the movie dead in its tracks just to be like, hey, you know this reference, don't you? It was treated exactly as is. An Easter egg, something small you catch and go, oh, that's fun. And every little Easter egg just had me smiling bigger and bigger until I was just feeling all funny and joyful inside. But from there, though, the Mario Brothers get their first call to do their first job. They're so excited, and this is where we start to hear some of the soundtrack of the movie that had some interesting choices. At least every song they chose was a song like from the 80s or 90s. They started off with No Sleep Till Brooklyn, and I was like, okay, this is actually kind of a cool song. They're in Brooklyn, they're rushing to try and get to their first job, even doing some platforming that mirrors the Super Mario levels, being really clever and using some like construction boxes colored yellow, bricks and whatnot. That's stuff where, I mean, it was used naturally. But getting back to that soundtrack, that's just one of the little gripes I had. As much as I like a lot of the songs used, those are such recognizable, overused songs in a lot of movies that I was hoping they could have been maybe a little bit more original with their song choices, do something a little bit more unique. That way it could feel more for the Super Mario movie as opposed to just some random popular song introduced there. I'm very happy though, Illumination, you didn't do the usual thing of putting in a modern pop song, because oh, that would have had my eyes rolling so hard.
No. Wait.
You thought I was stealing you? No. That got money. Either he ate it for lunch.
Wait.
But then they get to their first job here, and it's at this rich place where they just have a leaky faucet, something so easy that they fix in like 10 seconds. But instead of it being that easy, they get into a brawl with a dog. I actually found that kind of cute. That is, again, because I'm a dog person, and it was kind of nice to see that. I've seen some people say that feels out of place for Mario and Luigi. Why are we see them roughhouse with a dog? To me, that was some of that fun slapstick comedy in there. I know my mouth kind of went open when the dog flew out the window. I was like, did they just kill a dog in an Illumination movie? But after that failed job, it brings us to Mario and his family, something that we never really got in the video games unless I missed one. That was kind of cool for them to explore, and it was a part of the movie that they could have really focused on, but it was just a touch. It was like, this is Mario's dad, his brother, his uncle, his cousin. They were used sparingly in there, and I even like the little conversations they were having in there where it's like, dude, you just quit your day job to do this. Why are you even choosing these outfits? Plumbers with white gloves? That makes no sense. But I kind of like Mario and his aspiration in there. He's like, yeah, you gotta have a trademark. And the way he's even picking off the mushrooms off his plate, super relatable. Not a big fan of mushrooms either. And that line his father mentions where he's like, you're not just bringing yourself down, you're bringing your brother down. And he just leaves the dinner table, goes to his room in the dark, playing his NES. That was a sweet little touch. I believe the game he was playing was Kid Icarus, but on their wall there was also posters hinting to other Nintendo games. And at this point, to me, the movie so far was being great. I like what they're establishing here with Mario feeling like a failure, just wanting to do his own thing and bring his brother into success, not bring him into failure. He sees an opportunity on the TV where we get a cameo of Paulina. She was the mayor of New Donk City in Super Mario Odyssey, one of the very many Super Mario Odyssey references in this film. But he sees an opportunity where they could save Brooklyn because it's about to flood, going down to the sewers where he eventually discovers the warp pipe leading to the Mushroom Kingdom. This is kind of some of that stuff where I was like, man, the pacing is starting to feel really fast. We were just moving from place to place. You were getting a little bit of time to breathe with these characters, understand where they're coming from, but as soon as Mario and Luigi get sucked into that pipe and they have that sweet moment where they lock hands and Mario's like, don't worry, everything's gonna be okay. Luigi's like, how is this gonna be okay? That was a terrible Luigi. That was the heart of the movie. The brothers together, their bonding. It really sucks that they separated them, but to me it makes total sense. You know, Mario lands in the Mushroom Kingdom. It's beautiful. It's a new world for him. If Princess Peach got captured and kidnapped right there and then, why would he want to stop everything he's doing and then go save the princess? He doesn't know her. So that's why I understand that Luigi had to be the one captured by Bowser, or at least ends up in the hands of Bowser, giving him a big motivation to go save his brother. I just think maybe it could have been a situation where fine, they do that, but halfway into the movie, they reunite. That way we can see them together. And once they're there, you bring back that Mario superhero complex he has where he's like, wait, but this world is in danger. Bowser still wants to take over. He does want to eventually come for Princess Peach to marry her. We can talk about that for a sec. And they decide to stay there for a bit to help them out before they go back to their world. I would have believed that. I didn't think as soon as Mario got Luigi, he was just going to be like, all right, see you guys. Having Mario and Luigi separated for a lot of the movie was kind of a bummer. But hey, that's going to be one of the best parts of the next movie, right? Not going to do it twice to us, right, Illumination?
No, 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 no. Wait. Wait.
So getting back onto the topic of pacing here, here's where it was starting to rub me the wrong way. Because like up until like 20-minute, 15-minute mark, everything was running smoothly for me. And then that quick conversation they have where Toad isn't even acknowledging, oh my god, there's another human in the Mushroom Kingdom. Later on in the film, they establish it's a big deal that Princess Peach is the only human in the Mushroom Kingdom. Such a significant thing that they decide to make her the princess of the kingdom. How come he's not reacting big that there's another human right in front of him? Then a conversation where he's like, okay, your brother's in the Darklands. I gotta take you to Princess Peach, and then we're gonna fight the evil Emperor Bowser. So much information crammed right away. I would have liked some breathing room. Take it in a little bit. And that's where I can understand some of the critic viewpoint. Because even when we got to Mario meeting Princess Peach, that also happened very fast. They have like a quick 30-40 second conversation, and then Princess Peach, who was about to go on a very dangerous mission to save her people's like, I trust you instinctively, let's make you part of this plan. To fans of the Mario games, we're gonna let it pass because we know that's what's supposed to happen. Mario and Peach, they're supposed to meet. They're supposed to fall in love. Mario's eventually supposed to be the mortal enemy of Bowser. Like, all of this is fine to us, so we'll accept the quick conversations leading to their friendship. But newer audiences, new into the Mario world that don't know much about these characters, they're gonna see that and it's gonna feel lazy to them. So that's where I am understanding the critic viewpoint. Still, it was just really fun to me though, seeing Mario do that obstacle course for the first time. They played the I Need a Hero song and just the visuals and action trying to see Mario get it right over and over and over. It was kind of a cool little montage. Like when he does the course for the last time and he's like hitting every block, running really fast, dodging all the enemies. I was going like, yeah, Mario, do it!
Yes! Wait.
And I guess here's where I should talk a little bit about Princess Peach, because even though Mario didn't complete that course, she tries to comfort him and say, well, nobody gets it on the first try, and Mario's like, you got it on the first try, and she's like, yeah, but I grew up here. So I really don't mind that they made Princess Peach a capable warrior. They've done that in the Mario comics. Peach has also gotten her own games where she's the one saving Mario. And the thing that even made it work better for me is the new backstory they gave Peach. Here's one of the wonderful things Illumination and Nintendo can do with these movies, okay? The reason I'm okay with a simple story in a Mario movie is because the story's always been simple in the Mario games, okay? You don't play a Mario game for the story, you play to have fun. But in a movie, sometimes fun isn't enough for people, as can be seen by the critics' score, and they need to do more with that. So the little hints of backstory they were giving Peach, oh, I was fascinated with. They said she came here as a baby through the little warp pipe, the toads coming around her like, oh, what is this little thing? And then she grew up in the Mushroom Kingdom ever since then, being used to living in a world with floating blocks, power-ups, warp pipes, all this stuff. It's believable to me that she would then end up growing up as a warrior, because Mushroom Kingdom's a dangerous place, man. You gotta fight to survive. But I think that backstory of where does Peach come from is gonna be a big fun mystery for fans that we're gonna be speculating for years. Because I'm gonna say it right now, I hope she's not from Mario and Luigi's world. It would be so easy to just say, oh, she's also from Earth, you know, our kingdom. No, she said it. There's tons of universes and galaxies out there in the world. Let's have her be from somewhere different. We know Bowser by the end of this movie is kind of put in a place where he can't necessarily be the bad guy of the next film. So let's bring in someone new. Someone may be looking for Princess Peach to bring her back to their world. We gotta meet Princess Peach's parents, you know, does she come from royalty at all? What does her world look like? How different is it from our human Earth? Will they take inspiration from any Mario games and say that they're like, I'm thinking kind of multiverse stuff here. And I know some of us are sick of the multiverse talk, but stay with me here. What if this is how they introduce like Wario and Waluigi? Like, let's say Peach is from like a mirroring planet that is very similar to Earth in different ways, and Wario and Waluigi are the Mario and Luigi of their world. Two brothers just trying to make it through. They start their own plumbing business, having the same idea with the outfits and white gloves, but maybe they're shadier than the Mario brothers. They're a little bit more conniving, and it would be a good like good and evil parallel here, and that's where they come from. That's just like a small dumb theory on my part, but it's some of that stuff that we didn't really have previously with Mario games, speculating to where characters come from, their backgrounds and origins, and you can do that here with Peach, and I think that's fun. But here's where they decide that they need to go to the Kong Kingdom to ask for their help. Peach is wanting their army so she has a fighting chance to go up against Bowser here. It did suck that they just kind of went through a bunch of other kingdoms to get to the Kong Kingdom in like a small montage. Like we got to see the sand, Yoshi land, all stuff I would have liked to have spent at least 1 or 2 scenes in each one of these worlds, and we just kind of zoom by it so quick. Nevertheless, when we get to the Kong Kingdom, oh, you can definitely feel that Nintendo is maybe setting things up here, or just giving the hint that we could do a spin-off Donkey Kong movie that I would be all up for. I mentioned Donkey Kong is my favorite character, and although I didn't absolutely love Seth Rogen just using his plain old voice that I can't believe he's admitted to in interviews where he's like, look, I went lazy with it. Hey man, to each your own, get that paycheck or whatnot. Towards the end of the movie, I got used to it, and I was like, all right, this is just Donkey Kong now, even with that Seth Rogen laugh. Because I'll say Donkey Kong got some of the best jokes in this movie. He had me laughing so much. Whenever they finally get to fighting in that arena and he comes out with his DK rap and he puts his hands over his shoulders and he's going like that and he's like, come on dad, clap. That actually had me dying. As a side note, I have seen some people complain about Cranky Kong's voice acting, and you know what? I am going to agree with you a little bit on that. His voice kind of took me by surprise whenever it first happened on screen. I was like, oh, this is not what I expected Cranky Kong to sound like. I wanted something maybe a little bit more older, a little bit more grizzled. Wasn't completely terrible to me, but I do understand the people that were completely taken out by Cranky Kong's voice. To me, it was like, all right, this is different, not what I expected, but I'll accept it. The fight also between Mario and Donkey Kong I thought was a lot of fun in there. I'm glad that we got to see some other familiar Donkey Kong characters in the background like Diddy Kong and Dixie Kong. That's again characters that you just know they threw in there, they showed you they exist so that maybe they could do a spin-off, which I would be fine with. That'd be kind of cool to see. But once they're fighting in that arena and Mario's trying to get all these different power blocks to just stand a chance against Donkey Kong, that's some of the stuff I thought they handled perfectly. The way Peach explained it, where it's like, yes, we get these power-ups, you eat them, you get a special ability, but if you get hit once, oh, that's going away. That was a great way to introduce the power-ups into the world, but not make them an overpowered weapon that just anyone can use to take over this kingdom. It was also nice just hearing the little Mario sound effects you've heard all your life whenever you get hit and lose a power-up. It's like, oh, this is fun now watching it in a movie. They even had a good variety of power-ups, you know, they had the Tanuki suits, they had the fire suit, they had the shrinking mushroom that I thought was unexpected, and the cat suit for Mario 3D World. Again, this is where if you're a fan of Mario, kept up with the games, or enjoying it, you're like, oh, it's cool they included that. Someone else is gonna look at that and call them a furry. That's literally what one reviewer called Mario in the cat suit, is, oh, he's a furry. But whatever, Mario wins that, they get the army, and it's time for them to build their Mario Karts. Another fun part of the movie, okay? Seeing that little slot machine mechanic that you get from the Mario Kart games and implement into real life, I thought was a fun and clever way to go about it. And that entire action sequence that transpires with the Mario Karts on Rainbow Road, so fun, so visually pleasing. And that's where I think we kind of have to appreciate the Mario movie. It's such a short film, an hour 30 minutes. It feels like an hour, but they were able to jam pack so many Mario references and moments from the games. It's kind of surprising they did all that in such a short time. Because yeah, it was just cool seeing the Rainbow Road split and all these characters go different ways. Seeing turtle shells being thrown out, little banana peels, even Mario landing on Donkey Kong's cart right there and doing a little bit of double dash. But of course, the one that had my like jaw to the ground, so happy that I'm like, oh my god, they included that. You had this one Koopa, which I gotta say, all the little Koopa side characters, I'm happy they were given personalities. They weren't treated like stormtroopers in the background that were just following orders. There was a couple of times Koopas would raise their hand and be like, what if she doesn't want to marry you? Or like Kamek in there was really good. Like a lot of the Koopas, you can tell those are voice actors. Those voices that they're pulling are actual voice actors. We're listening mainly to the celebrities though. But that Koopa that like walks out of the fire Terminator 2 style and is like, blue shell activate, and he goes in the air after person in first place and then destroys it. That's where I was like, 10 out of 10 movie. Thank you, Illumination Nintendo. That was awesome. I had people in my theater clapping at that moment. That was just such a cool little thing they threw in there. But again, if you didn't play any Mario Kart games, you're not into the world, you're like, why did that just happen? These guys have superpowers. Why aren't all the Koopas doing that? So then that leads us into like a little bonding moment between Donkey Kong and Mario. All throughout the movie, they still have this bickering back and forth that I'm finding funny. Like whenever Mario's telling Donkey Kong, yeah, my dad thinks I'm a failure too. And Donkey Kong goes, yeah, well, your dad's right. Just like, Seth Rogen, you're still funny to me, man. But okay, as all that's going on and Mario and Donkey Kong are fighting their way to get to Bowser and Peach, let's talk about the actual motive of Bowser here. So it was kind of a surprise to me. I wasn't expecting this. They were hiding it from the trailers. Bowser's real motive in this movie is not to take over the Mushroom Kingdom. He wants to marry Princess Peach. And yeah, when he first said that on screen, I kind of flinched. I was like, that's what you want to do, Bowser? But then I really thought about it. That's been so ingrained with Bowser in so many games for decades. Even in Mario Odyssey, there was a full-on wedding where Bowser was trying to marry Peach, and to my surprise, later on in the movie, he puts on that exact same outfit. That was a cool little Easter egg and callback to fans of the most recent game. So again, because I'm a fan, I've played the games, I forgive that motive because it makes sense to me, because I'm like, oh yeah, that is something Bowser would want to do. It's very much in line with him. But other people are going to be like, that's what you want to do? You want to marry Princess Peach? This movie's so kiddish and dumb. But how could you not be won over by Bowser's musical numbers, man?
Peaches, 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 peaches.
That song is so damn catchy. I'm glad they released it online because I've just been singing it randomly ever since I saw the film. It was the perfect musical number in there that wasn't too long, didn't take up a whole bunch of time in the movie, but that was sweet, catchy, and straight to the point. But still, getting that royal wedding with a lot of like infamous Mario bad guys from different levels in there, like Bob-omb King or the Boo King. Those were nice little treats to see happen in the film. I even really dug the moment wherever Princess Peach comes out with her ice flower and starts using her freaking Elsa Frozen powers to fight Bowser. But finally, through all of that, Mario and Luigi get reunited. Mario sees no other option but then to send the Bomber Bill bullet that is going after them straight into their world. I thought that was an interesting choice. You know, have the real world and the Mushroom Kingdom world kind of collide. It would have been nice to see in the ending of the movie if they addressed that. Like, did everything from the Mushroom Kingdom go back? Is now there's just a permanent connection between both of them? I guess we'll find out in the sequel movie, but this is again where I like what they did with it, because easily during that final battle where, you know, Mario is gonna fight Bowser, it was kind of obvious that they would eventually need that power star to fight him. That's just something in the games. It makes you invincible. So I was like, that's probably how they're gonna defeat him. But I like that they didn't just give the power star to Mario. They had a great brother moment that again is the heart and soul of this movie, where Luigi stops a fire, says, as long as we're together, nothing can hurt us. And then Mario grabs his brother and they both get the power star, creating one of the best moments in cinematic history. I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it, man. The two brothers in the power-up star form, and then the slow motion action scene of them just going through a bunch of Koopas fighting Bowser. That scene is so awesome. That's something I'm gonna pull up on YouTube every now and then and just watch that scene because it was so much fun. The musical score in the movie also just enhances those moments because it's a new flavor of instrumental sound with classic Mario sounds. And even just seeing the way Mario and Luigi fight Bowser like it did in those original levels, grabbing him by the tail and spinning him around, that was such a cool way to end the movie. I really don't know how there can be critics watching that moment and go, yeah, 2 out of 10 this movie. Give me more popcorn. I was just in utter joy. My mouth had to have been hurting at this point in the movie from smiling too much. I even like the way they got rid of Bowser, making him eat a little small mushroom and then putting him inside that case, and now he's locked away like that. That's pretty cool. That's a great way to do it, and we know if he ever gets hit once, oh, Big Bowser's back and he's gonna be a problem. I think this first Mario movie did exactly what it needed to in laying the groundwork, setting up this universe, meeting all the characters, doing that tough job of just entering that world where the next movie, I feel like they're gonna go a lot crazier and fun. You know, I even like the little moments throughout the movie where you can see Mario and Peach are starting to like each other. Like, obviously, Mario liked Peach from the moment he saw her. But throughout the movie, Peach, you can see really warming up to Mario, seeing him as a hero, falling in love with him. That little moment on Rainbow Road where they're like flirting with each other and Mario's like, you know, I'll buy you a turtle sometimes. And Donkey Kong comes in and just ruins the moment. I like that dynamic with the characters. But okay, let's get to talking about the post-credit scenes and seeing what they could do for the next movie here. Now, you guys know I was hoping there'd be a major hint to like Mario Galaxy for the next movie, especially with that crazy Lumali star. I thought once it was set free, it would meet up with Rosalina and set up a new adventure. We didn't really get that. It was just there for some dark comedic relief, which I loved. But instead, the real post-credit scene, other than Bowser singing his great song, was us looking into the rubble, into that sewer where the warp pipe was, and we get to see a Yoshi egg start to crack with the infamous Yoshi word in the background. Now, that's a sweet post-credit scene, and yeah, it gets me hyped to know that Yoshi will officially be part of the sequel and maybe even play a large role. But I feel like as a post-credit scene, it wasn't that hype because there was a moment in the movie for like 5 seconds you showed us Yoshis exist in this world. They're out there running about. They're looking at Mario eat an apple. It felt a little anticlimactic. It's like, yeah, no, duh, Yoshi's out there. But it's like, that was the post-credit scene? Maybe I'm sounding a little ungrateful. I love Yoshi too. Second favorite character in the Mario world is Donkey Kong, Yoshi. Then we'll have to see who else. I can see maybe the sequel then being about the Yoshi egg being laid, wandering around the real world, New York. Mario Brothers recognize, oh, that's a Mushroom Kingdom animal. Let's go capture it and take it back to its people. But you already showed us in the Mario movie how quickly those characters can get to Yoshi Land. I think you gotta be doing something bigger than just showing off Yoshi will be part of this film. You know, I think it maybe is too early to go to the Galaxy world. That's something you do for the third movie. The second movie, I would really want them to focus on introducing characters like Daisy, Wario, Waluigi. A really good setup for a second villain, because I think Bowser maybe needs to be the villain for the third movie. Let's do someone new for this second one. Know exactly who that could be in my mind, though. Leave me your thoughts down below. But still, it's a cool setup, just knowing Yoshi will be part of that second movie. I love Yoshi, seeing him ride him. Let's just hope he doesn't jump over a hill and then just drop Yoshi dead. But those are just my spoiler thoughts on the Super Mario movie. I wanted to throw it off to you guys here. Sorry I just go rambling and talking on, but I had a lot of fun with this movie. I liked it, and I can't wait to see what they do with the sequel, man. Let me know what you guys thought about this movie, what you like, what you didn't like, anything and everything. Be sure to like, subscribe, follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.